Following the election of the Lebanese Army Commander Joseph Aoun as President of Lebanon and the selection of Nawaf Salam as the new Prime Minister for the country, Lebanon faces a number of challenges that delay the realization of needed political and economic reforms, without which the launching of its third republic will fail. The country needs to reform its confessional political system that allocates political power to religious sects instead of having a secular democracy in which all have the same duties and responsibilities. Lebanon also needs to deal with serious economic problems and get its economic cycle in order, as well as address worsening corruption in government and the private sector. The most immediate concern right now is the completion of the government's governing document that contains its list of priorities of how to start to govern. This is tied up with elite competition and disputes, especially the issue of Hezbollah's weapons and heavy influence in state institutions. It is also tied up with what can be considered the unfinished business of the war between Israel and Hezbollah that stopped but did not end last November when they signed a ceasefire. Israel continues to violate the ceasefire and continues to prevent thousands of Lebanese civilians from returning to their homes in the south. Hezbollah also continues to challenge the state's monopoly over foreign policy decision-making and still refuses to surrender its arms to the government. Of utmost importance today is how to deal with Israel's refusal to withdraw from Lebanese territory fully and its insistence on maintaining its military presence in and control over strategic hills on the border. This is clearly a violation of Lebanese sovereignty, which the new Lebanese authorities cannot accept. It also weakens Aoun's and Salam's ability to control internal conditions inside the country. What is worrisome in this context is the apparent allowance that Israel is getting from the Trump administration, which the Lebanese had hoped would help them deal with Israel's aggressive behavior. What they also are upset about is the Trump administration's decision to halt all assistance to Lebanon and its army as part of its suspension of all foreign aid. Finally, it is important to state that Lebanon's domestic issues will require patience and cooperation between the Lebanese government and its people. In foreign policy, Lebanon must rely on good diplomacy to keep its cordial relations with the Arab world and the international community.